What is up, guys? Today I'm back in Flag Wars, and the Christmas event has almost come to an end. And I'm gonna go ahead and collect this daily here. But at the bottom here, you can see this new weapon, the Glacier Cannon. And I actually got it for 45,000 of the currency, which is winter tokens. So this is a pretty cool weapon. It looks perfectly on theme, just like the rest of these weapons. Like we got the Cocoa Blaster here, the Starry Horn, the Red Nose Railgun, and we even got the Snow Globe gun. So all of these are brilliant weapons. We also got some other weapons here that I have not bought yet, but I've been trying to prioritize the best weapons that I can buy. Anyway, here's the Glacier Cannon, and we're going to be testing it out. Let's see what this thing can do. So I like to use only the Glacier Cannon if I'm doing a showcase video like this one. So let's go ahead and unequip these weapons. Now that we got this, I also have my other Vortex staff here that came out in the Halloween update. Let's go ahead and kill this guy. Okay, so now we can see what this thing does. Whew. Okay, in case you can't hear the sound, here it is. So it sounds pretty cool, I guess, but yeah, as you could see, the reload time doesn't even take that long. Boom. That's like a regular reload time of a regular weapon, I guess. So, boom. Let's shoot this guy. Oh! 18, 16 damage before. Whoa, this thing can do something. I want to see the mechanics of this weapon. I'm going to further explore it a bit later, but boom. We got 2 kills already. Over there. Whoa, look at this ball of ice. It's so cool. Look, I just put it there and it explodes. So let's see if this can do damage to ourselves. Oh, it can. And I can't move either. So that could be one big disadvantage of this weapon, but yeah, see, I can't move. I'm trying to move. Okay, now I can. So let's see how long it takes to burst that block of ice. So it bursts after about 3 seconds, I guess. But I'm going to see if there's any other things that I don't know. I'm just going to quickly check and come back. Okay, so I found out some things that I didn't know before on a little website that I like to call Flag Wars Wiki. So this actually takes exactly 1.5 seconds to reload. And between shots, I shoot one and then the next one. Between there, it takes exactly 0.5 seconds for it to cool down and then shoot its next shot. So these ice blocks that burst, they have a small cooldown and anyone near them will get damage. So these small ice blocks do 45 damage upon bursting, and it matters how far the opponent is from these blocks. Look over there, it's gonna burst. Boom, we did 45 damage. And 45 damage is for a small ice block, but it can vary based on distance again. So, boom. See, we got 75 damage there, and that's because that was a medium ice block. So, this has a really good area of effect, which is the area that it can hit. So, that means it can deal good splash damage, and that's a really good factor because this can get you a lot of kills. Okay, here we are in the next match. So, again, we have the small ice block, and you can hit it again to make it bigger, medium size, and then we have a large size. You can't increase it again, but yeah, pretty cool. So, small does 45. Medium can actually do 63, I guess, on regular impact, the regular distance that it would take for an opponent to be near. And for large, it would be 83. But again, these distances between the player and the ice cube or the ice block could vary, so the damage can be different again, so be mindful of that. But otherwise, I think the cost is really worth it because it does some good damage, splash damage. Look at this, they're behind that block there and I'm just doing some crazy damage. And if they're just standing still there camping, it'll burst on them doing some insane damage. And do you see that block over there? That huge block? it's gonna burst there. If anyone's nearby, boom, they're dead. See, that's bursting over there. So yeah, I thought this would have like some slowing effect because it's a glacier cannon and it has ice. But Flag Wars hasn't really introduced that type of thing into the game, and I'm kind of sad about it, but like this weapon is really good. Again, so all there is to say is it's kind of like the grenade launcher, and you can just like put ice shards in their path, boom, right there, and then it's gonna explode. Boom. But that delay does make it hard for it to get those exploding shots, but not that hard. Again, if they're like clumped around, someone's bound to get hit. And that right there is the Holiday Scissors, 22,000 winter tokens, so that's the cost. I'm not planning to get it. If I do get enough, I will probably get it. It says end soon up here in Season 5 in the Battle Pass, but end soon could probably mean 5 days, maybe 2 days, something like that. So I'm not really sure when it's going to end. It can just end whenever it feels like, so that's pretty annoying. But I'm trying to get the candy cane because it has some really good effects that I like, because it can actually farm health and give you extra health past 100 health. So that's really cool. Other than that, no, the bursts of ice when they explode do not deal damage to you. Only if you're like next to a wall and your original shot hits you like this. See, I can't move, but it's going to damage me on that shot. It's not going to do much damage or any damage for the explosion. The mechanics are kind of complicated, but you see this weapon right here? It's called the snow globe gun. It's actually a really good first choice of weapon. I have a video on it. And yeah, it's pretty good. Paired with the other weapon I was talking about, the Starry Horn, you could be unstoppable. But this weapon by itself is pretty unstoppable. I love it. Like, look at that guy over there. It's going to explode on him if he stays there. Boom. See? 83 damage. 83 damage is basically 100 damage. So you get a free kill. Look at that. 81 damage upon bursting. Boom. Some people just standing here, AFK. Like, who are these guys compared to the Glacier Cannon? Like, this has to be one of my favorite mechanics type of weapon, because, like, it has the best effects and stuff like that. So, I'm not sure if this can deal damage through those barriers over there for the base. Maybe it can for the explosion, but I'm not really that sure. So yeah, that right there is the Peppermint Pelter, similar to this, but of course, this is better. This is the most expensive weapon in the shop, and I really recommend getting it. Like, it is kind of complicated, but it's easy to understand. Small, medium, big. And yeah, the sizes, if you make it small, it's going to reset that cooldown. See, I'm resetting that cooldown every time I hit it, and then it bursts right there. So, boom, get a kill right here. Yep, get out of here. Doesn't do much damage on impact, but that burst is crazy. Because that delay for the burst is worth all of that effort. Boom. Come on, get out of here, buddy. Place some there, block that entrance. Place some there, block that entrance. Anyone walks out, they're cooked. So other than that, I don't think there's much to say. I think some strategies could be, you could place like a big chunk here. If anyone jumps down, it just bursts like that. Like this guy just jumped down, would have killed him instantly, or taken a good amount of damage off him. Because he's literally landing onto that bursting ice chunk. So it's pretty funny. Okay, so some tips to use with the Glacier Cannon are to literally just put as many ice chunks as you can out there so that they explode, and like kind of like block up this hallway like this. The bigger you can make your chunks, the better, because it's just gonna explode after a delay, and there's no way they're walking past that and not getting a single amount of damage off them. And not just that, you can partially just block their sight. But yeah, this is supposed to do 17 damage upon direct hit, like this. See, that did 18. Like, I don't know what the deal with that is, but like maybe like 12 to 18 damage, something like that. But this splash damage can do you damage either way, no matter how much damage it does. So against the Glacier Cannon, some good ideas would be to obviously stay away from those ice chunks because they can be pretty dangerous, and use a high DPS weapon like Tommy gun, the black hole gun, the TAR 21, the M4A1, something like that would be pretty useful. Another thing would be to stop the opponent that's using the Glacier Cannon from getting too many ice chunks out there. Like, did you see that? The ice chunk just blew that guy apart, and it was crazy. So maybe use another weapon on the side with this. Like, you could use the Inferno Staff, maybe like put some ice chunks there, and then use a high DPS weapon like the Tommy gun, as mentioned before, those options. And just take the opponents out. And if they're lingering there for too long and you can't get hits on them or they're just not dying, then boom, that thing blows up and they're done. But again, if someone's using this and it's pretty annoying, the splash damage, this awesome weapon, probably use a med pack, bring a med pack to the fight. So I don't normally use med packs because I don't like doing that. I feel like it's cheating, but it's not. It's totally fine. So other than that, this is a really good weapon. 45,000 winter tokens, bursts, really awesome. Look at that. I really recommend buying this. The winter update's almost ending, so thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.